Bingo Blitz rules.
If your bingo has ads in it,
That's not a bingo.
if it doesn't have the coolest tournaments, mini games, and the most breathtaking design,
Nope, not a bingo.
if your bingo moment makes you feel so excited that you just want to burst in joy and scream out loud, bingo! Sorry, so you're playing...
Bingo Blitz? Now that's a bingo. Discover a world of excitement with Bingo Blitz, the #1 free bingo game. Download Bingo Blitz and play for free.
Now that's a bingo.
What's up, everyone? It's Noah Daniels.
Hey y'all, I'm JJ.
Hey guys, it's Kat.
And we're your hosts of the Real Hauntings podcast, where we bring on guests to share their first-hand encounter ghost stories and supernatural experiences. Now on to the trailer.
I've been warned to not tell this story, but I think because of the way it ends, it's okay to tell this story, because some people say that with certain entities, to like speak of them or talk about them or in any way like portray them as powerful will attract them to other people. The creepiest thing about it to me is a lot of times it would wait for me to notice it. Like, it would just lay its arm out like this, and then I'd be like, where is it? Where is it? And then I'd see it, and then it would just slither back.
For more information on the Real Hauntings, Real Ghost Stories podcast, make sure you check out Real.fm to learn more about our podcast and many other amazing podcasts.
Eat me, Mott. Was I recording? Yes.
You're disgusting. You are disgusting.
What's up, Megan?
I was trying to come up with a joke and I didn't have one. You know, what is up is I'm going through on our podcast account and I'm making sure I've liked each of our recent photos.
Yesterday, or not yesterday, it was yesterday. It's only Tuesday. I really liked everything that you posted. Good job.
Thank you. I do appreciate it because I'm not going to lie to you. It was a lot of work. And I know people are like, what do you mean posting things is a lot of work? It just is.
Yeah.
I don't know how to explain it, but like, you know, the captions, even pressing upload on these things and like TikTok, and I had to like reformat all of the fucking TikToks for Reels because they crop down, and then I had to like pull them off like rip them offline from TikTok without having the watermark on them because Instagram hates that. And then I tried to like increase the resolution on them, and it was just wild.
Well, it paid off because Quinta liked the photo.
She did. And quickly.
Yeah.
Quinta, we love you. Friend of the podcast. I do need people to understand this one is only audio, but you know, a lot of you haven't met us in person, and a lot of you have only, you know, you see Melissa and I on a couch and sometimes virtually on our own separate desks doing this podcast. And it has come to my attention in the last 48 hours that people don't know our real height difference.
Because I usually have on heels too.
And I usually do a wide stance and maybe a little scrunch. And when
we're sitting, I'm actually higher than you are.
Yeah, I'm 95% legs.
Yeah.
My torso is not that big, which is why I look so fucking ridiculous in this Britney Spears outfit, because it just looks odd. But also when I have I do the graphics of us, I edit us to look more proportional height-wise.
But even in our current graphic that we have, I had on 4.5-inch heels, and you had on short.
No, I took my shoes off for our one side to each other.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh yeah.
That's in our current one, the new one. I had on 4-inch heels, and you didn't have.
Shoes
I think
on.
you were flat-footed. Yep.
And I'm also we're leaning in to it. So if you look at our picture that we posted on Halloween, people being like, LMAO, how much taller Megan is here, and so is Megan on a stool or is Melissa crouching? And everyone, that's actually our height difference. But also, it's not even that I wouldn't even say it's the most accurate, because you are standing a little bit in front of me.
That's true.
So there's even more. Yeah. How tall are you?
5, almost 1.
Yeah, and my doctor asked me how tall I was, because when he was trying to find my heart, because he said I have a small rib cage. And I was like, I say I'm 5'7", but I usually lie with my height. He goes, actor? Yeah, you are. Not 5'7". And I was like, okay, maybe 5'8", 5'9". He goes, yeah, we're getting closer. And I was like, okay, sir. But if you're almost 5'1", let's say I'm 5'8".
You're taller than 5'8".
Casting directors, I'm not. I'm very small. I'm very short. I'm very petite. People say, wow, you are so small in stature. You are so small. How can you reach those shelves? You can't because you are so small.
My friend that I went to her baby shower, she's like probably 5'10", 5'11".
I'm not 5'10".
I know. She's very much taller. She's very tall.
5'10" is a height that you're like, that's an undeniable height. Like if I was 5'10", I could not lie that I was shorter than that. So, you know, I'm going to say I'm I don't know, 5'8"-ish. Maybe a little. Oh, here's the thing, the real thing. Everyone who's ever measured me before, like doctors and things, have all been shorter than me. So like my childhood doctor who love, and like all of the nurses there, they were all like much shorter than me. And so they used to like just like lean up, and it, you know, it's not always accurate, but I do have a really funny picture of me at my doctor's office. And one of the nurses just stood on a chair to do it. And she goes, "We got to get a picture of this."
Accurate.
Yeah. And I was like,
so how tall are you now? Since you
No,
have
I was
an
literally like
accurate
16 when that happened. I don't
Oh,
remember.
I thought this was when you went to the doctor this time. They didn't measure you when you went?
No, they take my word for it. I was gonna say I'm an adult, which they like still never believe. They're like, "Do you need a note for school?" And I'm like,
But still, like, they should be, because people shrink too. They should be taking your height no matter what.
I just don't think it's that like if I entered it in once, I think it says I'm 5. I think online it says or some.
It is like,
okay, it says like 5'8.5". Maybe
it's part of the stats that you should have at every intake of a doctor.
No, it's on my paperwork, and I know I didn't tell them how tall I was, so they definitely measured me at some point, and then it was close enough that they didn't have to measure me again.
Got it. I thought you meant they didn't measure you at all.
No, it's not like the DMV where I just say whatever height I am.
I could tell the DMV I was 5'5", and they'd be like, okay.
Yeah, and then it'd just be hard if you want to get into bars. Or
they
won't care.
I did all the time. I mean, it's my face, but I did lie all the time in college with a fake ID.
Oh my gosh, you're so bad. So if anyone wants to see the most accurate depiction of our height difference, our Halloween photo. Mm-hmm. We should get like an even more accurate version at some point.
Where we just stand back to back. But then my butt is going to be protruding out a little bit.
Yeah. Oh, maybe it's also... I guess no. You wear your hair lots of different ways when we used to do like the standing pictures. Because I was wondering if
usually like this.
So maybe that's also a contributing part that people thought we were closer in height. Yeah, we're not.
At all.
No, especially because like you individually talk about being short and I individually talk about being tall. So I don't know why people were shocked that.
And the
that was
person
true.
that made that comment is also short. I believe is the same height as me.
Do you think that maybe people don't know that I'm like, because I lie?
Well, you lie all the time. But if you listen to this podcast, you should know.
But if you looked at me, like just from photos and stuff, would you think that I'm tall?
Yes.
Okay. That's what I'm wondering. If like maybe I don't look at like,
you have large
if I have
feet,
tall energy.
big hands.
Or do you just have small hands?
You have big hands.
I do.
I have
really big
small hands, but you also have big hands. They can both be true.
I guess you're right. I know I have really big hands. Everyone's like, you gonna catch some basketballs with that or play some piano? And I was like, no, I'm gonna pick my legs with them. Thank you for asking. So.
Time for les results.
The results.
Episode 47. First up, me. Is Melissa wrong for thinking someone is a spy? 7% said that I was wrong and 93% said I was not wrong. I have some follow-up. I've asked this person twice now who they work for.
Who do you work for? Should we waterboard them?
And they won't answer me. They just talk around it. And so I will not be doing their little survey.
I just like don't know how they don't realize that that's like so fucking sketchy.
It is.
Next up was me. And my hot take was shitty medical care leads to pseudoscience. 3% said I was wrong and 97% said I was not wrong.
All right, then we've got writer number 1 versus boyfriend who forgot they hooked up in the past. Who is wrong? 3% said the writer is wrong, and 97% said the boyfriend was wrong. A lot of people responded to this.
I'm only saying writer is wrong if she didn't press him further and get him to tell her how many other people he hooked up with, because for me, it would be stewing in my head forever.
Oh, she wrote in too. I gotta find it.
And TBH, I would be so hurt and might need a break, especially with you didn't make the cut. Excuse me, I am the bar. I am the cut. You're about to be cut from my life.
Yeah. That was the sentiment from a lot of people.
Hi, Eminem. I'm the girl whose boyfriend forgot we hooked up. The boyfriend and I are still together. How this played out was we were texting back and forth at work the day it happened, not together in real life. That's even worse. We were basically having a flirty new relationship kind of text conversation while at work, and we were talking about our respective hoe phases. That's how him saying I was almost a part of his came up, and I texted him right away telling him we most definitely did hook up in 2020. I said we need to put a pin in it and talk about it more in person because it made me feel really weird, and he agreed and said he could see why that would make me feel that way. After the text exchange, I wrote my email to you guys. I'm a longtime listener, and I've never called or emailed in, and I was like, okay, this is insane. I need to write to Eminem. I think I saw him the day after, and we talked about it more in depth and I explained how it was making me feel weird and kind of shitty about myself because, like, how does someone not remember sex like that? He owned it, apologized, and made it clear that he remembered me, but honestly could not remember the sex. He attributed it to his previously unhealthy relationship / mindset about sex. He has slept with a lot more people than me, and I did know that he had a complicated relationship with sex. He really is a great guy. He makes an effort in our relationship like no other person has for me. He is honest and vulnerable, a great communicator, and a really kind person. If you guys have any other questions or any other thoughts, let me know. Not disputing this, but I think that all of us need to change the mindset of saying when it's like, oh, he does something like that nobody else has ever done for me before. We need to we can't compare someone to trash. Do you know what I mean? Like, It's just, that's not, because then when it starts, like, we start quantifying those things, then it becomes, I did that with friendships where it was like, oh, well, there's so much, you don't do that. They're so much better than that. I go, well, they're still really bad because that was really, really, really bad. You know? Mm-hmm. I still feel weird about it, but happy you're happy. Writer number 2 versus wanting to hook up with Jack, even though the writer briefly hooked up with Jack's friend in the past. 8% said the writer is wrong, and 92% said writer is not wrong.
Writer number 3 versus cousin who is chronically ill and wants to move away from home to a remote area. 96% said the writer is wrong. 4% said the cousin is wrong.
A lot of people said they voted wrong for this one.
Yeah. And
this was a big topic in our, not a big, but it was, people were talking about this in the Facebook group as well. Then we have writer number 4 and friend versus Michelle, who got injured and couldn't go on a trip and wanted a full refund. 9% said writer and friend are wrong, and 91% said Michelle is wrong.
Someone said, would add to this that I don't think it's worth falling out with friends over money as long as the people involved can afford it. Strongly disagree.
Yeah, because I also think, like, money is, like, tied to, like, respect and value, you know? Like, I value I don't like when people disrespect my time or, like...
And time is money.
My pocket.
Yeah.
Like, those are issues with me. So...
Oh, and I was going to add, I saw somewhere, but I can't find it, but someone had said if they were going to pay for it anyway, then it's not like it's a financial burden to them. Like the friend that broke the leg.
Oh, I think like the implication there or that like it was an unforeseen medical cost. And I also think that like at that point.
But she was still going to try to go. So it's not even an unforeseen cost if she was still going to try to go.
Oh, you're right. Like I get not wanting to pay for something that like.
You're not going to enjoy.
But attend or like you're not going to like enjoy. But I also think that like. You know, if someone out of the kindness of their heart was like, oh my God, we feel bad for that you couldn't come. So like, here, you know, we're just going to Venmo you back.
Yeah, that's one thing.
Yeah, but should never be expected.
All right. And then wrong of the week, Shein. 99% says Shein is wrong. 1% said that Shein is not wrong.
I at least know one person said they voted wrong. And I would hope the rest of you think that as well. Otherwise, I'm a little lost. That like, are we pro unlivable wages? Mm-hmm. Like, it's just what's the argument? Yeah. You know?
Yep.
And then my wrong of the week, I nominated Bethany Frankel. 99% said Bethany is wrong, and 1% said Bethany is not wrong. Boo, Bethany. Boo.
Wow, Bethany. Wow.
Isn't she just like back on TikTok making content like
I don't know.
None of it ever happened?
No clue. Surprisingly, she never popped up in my feed.
Look at these. Do you like hair ties? Or do you use like a string or anything?
It's hair ties.
I think the kids would like these too. They're really like, they don't tug.
Yeah, I can see them flicking them at people.
Oh, yeah, they could cause some harm to their siblings.
As a podcast network, our first priority has always been audio and the stories we're able to share with you. But at Realm, we also sell some pretty cool merch, and organizing that was made both possible and easy with Shopify. When you think about successful businesses like Aloe or Allbirds or Skims, an often overlooked secret is the business behind the business that makes selling and, for shoppers, buying simple. For millions of businesses, that business is Shopify. That's because nobody does selling better than Shopify. It's the home of the #1 checkout on the planet. And the not-so-secret secret that's definitely worth talking about is that Shop Pay boosts conversions up to 50%. That's more happy customers and way more sales going. If you're hoping to grow your business, your commerce platform better be ready to sell wherever your customers are scrolling or strolling, on the web, in your store, in their feed, and everywhere in between. Businesses that sell more sell on Shopify. Upgrade your business and get the same checkout we use with Shopify. Sign up for your $1 per month trial period at shopify.com/realm, all lowercase. Go to shopify.com/realm to upgrade your selling today. Shopify.com/realm.
Yeah. Speaking of the children, they're doing like this some type of run thing that they run some laps or some
Lapathon?
shit and then raise money for the
Lapathon.
schools. And I just said I will just write a check.
And this is
As
why
I-
they try to get out of basketball.
And so no, it wasn't that she wasn't trying to get out of basketball. She was trying to get out of
Yeah, doing shit so then she could pay for her uniform
Yeah.
because her auntie was like, I'll just do it.
yeah, and that's fine. And so that's the same thing with this. And I was like, I'm not doing it by lap. I'm just giving a flat
A lump
check.
sum,
And
yeah.
so, I mean, three of them are in the same class. And so Audrey, so I guess I had only told my friend Mary, who her son is, I consider him a nephew. She,
That's how you said nemesis. And I
No.
was like, what the fuck? How old is he?
no. And so him, Audrey, and Amaya are all in the same class. And so I guess, and I said, I was like, Mary, I'm just going to send like one check to Melanie and then y'all can write on
Divvy it
your
up.
things and split it amongst. And then, I guess Jordan went to school today and then told Audrey that I was writing. And then Audrey told Melanie, said, can you sponsor her with 100 more than him because
my
she is
God.
superior?
Was that your sister said that, or that is from Audrey?
That was
through
from
your
Audrey
sister?
through. Yeah.
She knows her worth. She's like, I'm sorry, I should not be getting the same amount. It's like a Dudley Dursley Harry Potter thing of being like, well, actually, no, because Harry got no gifts. But like, no, we're not the same.
Right.
I am your blood. He is your honorary blood.
Yeah, that's true.
So are you going to cave to her demands?
no,
Okay. She'll probably forget about it, won't she?
it's going to the school anyway. Like, what
Oh,
does
yeah,
it
that doesn't
matter?
matter to
It's
her.
not like I'm buying her direct present.
Yeah, I don't know, but there's something there when you're a kid. Also, like, do they get prizes?
I don't know.
What's their incentive? Trophies? Ribbons?
I don't know. But they're also like, it's just like $30. We expect every kid to raise $30. I'm like, the school district is so fucking rich. You don't
Yeah.
need the money.
I always wondered that about like my schools and stuff. Like we did like some fundraisers, but like we didn't do that many.
Yeah, I think this is the only one that they'll do. But I'm
Yeah.
just like, why? So I just looked down at this package. I thought I grabbed the all CBD one, but then I just noticed
Oh,
that
Melissa, did you just take weed?
that there's a little.
I can't see shit.
I know, but it's got the little warning on there.
Well, California puts a warning on every. Do you know why we do that?
I do, but that's literally there's THC in there and CBD.
How many? You had one, right?
Mm-hmm.
When's the last time you smoked or had THC?
Couldn't tell you.
Oh God! So this 0.5 actually might do something.
Mhm.
Yikeroonies!
I will say, sitting on this heating pad feels.
I'm happy for you.
She went from having cramps to suddenly accidentally getting high. Hey, last time I was here, you tried to drug me, and now at least you drugged yourself.
You kind of drugged me because it was your suggestion for me to go get some.
Okay, that looks like an Altoids box to me. Like, you couldn't even have told me to pick it out of a lineup. Like,
didn't you used to get these? The Plus?
I didn't do the gummies.
Okay, well, the reason I started buying this brand was because
I like the brand. I've never done the gummies.
But I'm saying it goes back to you.
Back to you. Honestly, I am so happy that like right now the only CBD I ingest is like if I really can't sleep and I have time to sleep in the morning. I'm like, this will be nice. And I've had gummies. I can have gummies now because I don't get my period anymore. But when I get my period, if I have sugar, it still like fucks with my digestion. But it used to like just give me cramps immediately.
I know.
So
we haven't had the days of you sitting with like a water bottle on your hot water bottle on your stomach.
Technically it was rice, but yeah, same vibe. I know. It's fantastic. I like dread the day when Mons and I decided to have kids. I will actually be very excited. Like but I fucking dread the day that I have to get off birth control. I'm going to get surgery before then, but like, oh, I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. I want to die with birth control in my system. Like, I want to be on birth control. Like,
how long do you want to live?
Oh, I guess you're right.
I need you to.
I was about to be like, well, I'll just keep.
Make it to 45.
How long do you want to live? Oh my God. That almost just made me cry from. That is. It took. I had like a 5-second delay. Everyone else is like, did you not catch that? Oh my God. No, but I was gonna say like. I'm such a birth control fan. Like me and Big Birth Control, like we are. I'll take it when I'm in menopause, just for shits and giggles, just to show my respect.
No, you won't.
I won't. But I just love it so much.
Hi, I'm Jennifer, a founder of the Go Kid Go network. At Go Kid Go, putting kids first is at the heart of every show that we produce. That's why we're so excited to introduce a brand new show to our network called The Search for the Silver Lining, a fantasy adventure series about a spirited young girl named Isla who time travels to the mythical land of Camelot. Look for The Search for the Silver Lining on Spotify, Apple, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Okay.
Yeah. Did that pop? Or was that?
I thought so.
Do you know what that was?
I thought it was your ankle. Okay, mine is a hot take as well. This is something that I've been wanting to speak about for a while. This is a serious-ish one. It's not a silly one.
Okay, why are you smiling?
Because I'm high, bitch!
Okay.
Can't help but...
I know, but I didn't know if you were like being sarcastic.
I'm not
playing
being sarcastic.
Into it. No, I know you're high. I just didn't know that.
I'm just saying. I had to say it was
you
serious.
did the whole lie about farting.
I know, but that one wasn't.
So this one's like for real.
This is for realsy.
Okay.
This is for realsy.
Everybody, this is for real.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna
a sprinkles.
Everyone needs to watch the fucking video version of this podcast today.
One.
Okay. I hope you enjoyed being fisted this Friday.
Oh, I didn't even do Fisting Friday.
Hell yeah.
You were doing 2 jacking off things, though.
Hey, where there's fisting,
there's jacking. Fisting will find a way.
Fisting will find a way. That's what fisting does. It finds a way.
It really does.
Sometimes we go too far. Like, because then my imagination takes the rest. And I'm like, abort mission, Megan. Jump ship. That is it. We hope you all enjoyed. Enjoy your weekend. And
we'll see you on Monday.
Woohoo!
And we're done.
Goodbye.
Listening to a podcast should be time well spent. And I promise it will be if you'll give this podcast a try. It's called Something You Should Know. I'm the host, Mike Carruthers, and in every episode, I talk with leading experts on topics I know you will find fascinating. From why people can't keep secrets, what your favorite music says about you, why your pet acts in strange ways, and so much more. Something You Should Know is designed to give you information you can use in your life and give you great intel that you can share with others. I'm told it's a binge-worthy podcast. And with over 1,000 episodes, there's a lot to binge on. Something You Should Know has been ranked in the top of the Apple Podcast charts consistently for a long time. I know you're going to like this. I just need to get you to try it. Something You Should Know. It's available wherever you listen to podcasts.
Hi, this is Rob Benedict.
And I am Richard Spate. We were both on a little show you might know called Supernatural.
It had a pretty good run, 15 seasons, 327 episodes.
And though we have seen, of course, every episode many times, we figured, hey, now that we're wrapped, let's watch it all again.
And we can't do that alone. So we're inviting the cast and crew that made the show along for the ride. We've got writers, producers, composers, directors, and we'll of course have some actors on as well, including some certain guys that played some certain pretty iconic brothers.
It was kind of a little bit of a left field choice in the best way possible.
The note from Kripke was, he's great, we love him, but we're looking for like a really intelligent Duchovny type.
With 15 seasons to explore, it's going to be the road trip of several lifetimes. So please join us and subscribe to Supernatural then and now.